Do I look trustworthy to give a baseball advice right now? I hope so. I want to give some advice on how to hit a home run. A little background about myself. My name is Mark Balmer. I did baseball once, and I used to hit home runs. That's you who should listen to me. Okay, the first step to hitting a home run is to be invited to the game. If you're not invited to the game, then you don't have a chance to hit a home run unless you run on the field and hit the home run before they notice you're not supposed to be there and call the police. This is very difficult. You have to be really fast and then have to be a good home run person to run on the field and do a home run before anyone noticed. So that might not be the best path. So just take a chance and become a team player, and then you'll be invited to the games. That's how most people do it. All right. One of the most important things about a home run, doing a home run, is to have your brain in the right place. You have your mental state in a secure location where people won't be able to bother it easily. Sometimes people do home runs when they're batshit insane and their mind isn't in a good, secure mental place, which can work. And then there's some people that they sometimes they don't like you just if you give a monkey 1,000 if you give a monkey 100,000 opportunities to do baseball, then one of them will do a home run. So that's sometimes what happens. You get a guy up there and he don't know how to do it, but he does it anyway. He'll do a home run without even knowing how to do it, and those are special and rare and fun. But this video is for people that want to do home runs on a consistent basis and know how to do it. So then they won't have to rely on the god of chance. Okay. So I've been talking about theoretical things for a while now. Let's get down to business, shall we? We'll do some dirt. We'll do some double. We'll do some triples and double business. We'll do double business double time. Yeah. Okay. I'm not really good at explaining the home run because it's tough to explain. So I'm just gonna tell you the way I did the best home run I ever did, and then you can learn. You can figure out the lessons and the step by step. You can dissect the process and figure out the steps by just hearing how I did. It's not that difficult. So just bear with me. It'll all make sense in the end, and then you'll be a home run king you'll be the all-time leader in dingers. So the time I did the home run, the best that I ever did a home run, I had completely given up on the idea of baseball. It no longer was a thing that really no longer was important to the process of my being. Instead, I focused mostly on the Qigong method of breathing, because before the season started, I found a book on Qigong in the library at school, and so I read it. And there was a lot of good Qigong poses in the book, but I forgot them all. But one thing I did take away was the Qigong method of breathing, which involves breathing involves putting the tongue to the roof of your mouth and taking a deep breath through your nose. And as you take the deep breath through your nose, you suck in everything good in the world. And as you're sucking it in through your nose, you spread it through all the parts of your body, especially the parts of your body where weakness and pain are hiding. And then once you've sucked in all the good things in the world, then you release the tongue from the roof of your mouth, and then you breathe out through your mouth all the bad things in your body, all the pain and all the suffering. that might be trapped in all the little tiny caves at the bottom of your nerves and muscles. And so as you're breathing it out, you're releasing these bad things. And so that's basically the Qigong method, where you're bringing in everything good and releasing everything bad. But basically, it's important to remember that good and bad are relative terms, and you're basically just, with each breath, revitalizing the lifehood in your body. So anyway, once I learned that method of breathing, I would just, anytime I had to do baseball, I would just not really focus on baseball and instead just focus on the Qigong method of breathing, which was okay because the time I did the home run, the best I ever did a home run, I wasn't really even that good of a player. The coach never played me, so I just sat on the breath. I just sat on the bench the whole time. I just sat there and I didn't do much except sometimes clap for when our team did good, so people wouldn't think I was just strange and didn't, I didn't want people to think that I didn't care, even though that really, baseball is a game, and so it is fun, and that's why I did it. But it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. So anyway, there I was sitting on the bench practicing my Qigong methods of breathing, and we were playing this other team. And the score was tied, and so the other team, their pitcher, he got tired of dealing with us. So the coach on the other team decided to bring in their specialist. And this guy, he was known as one of the best specialist pitchers in all of all of the baseball fields around. So the coach thought it was hopeless. So he said, "Well, we might as well just give Mark a chance." And I knew he was going to give me a chance even before he told me. So I was already at the plate when he said, "Hey, Mark, you should bat." And I said, I'm already ready, and so I was already up to the plate. But it's important to remember one detail that it might be the most important detail of all through this about this home run time, the time I did the home runs. So as I was walking to the plate, I kind of got nervous for a second because briefly I thought baseball mattered more than it really did. But then I returned to my breathing method, and then I looked up over at the fence behind the home plate, and there were like a bunch of birds on the fence, and I just said, "Oh, well, you guys really matter." So I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do for you guys, because you guys are probably the most important people here at this game. If you include like everything, including the dirt and the grass and the humans and the uniforms. So anyway, that's what I said to the birds, but not out loud, because you can't say certain things on a baseball field, or else people will think you're a space idiot, and they won't sign you up for a new contract when your contract is over, because you'll get a bad reputation as a space idiot. So I just said that to the birds mentally, and they understood, because birds understand a lot of things that people might not understand, because humans are the lesser being of all the creatures. So anyway, there I was up at the home plate and not caring about nothing but my Qigong breathing and the birds, and the specialist guy, he was finished warming up. So he started throwing the pitches right towards me, and they weren't that near. They were going to the location where the guy who catches the ball told them to throw it. So they were in communication and secretly, but it didn't matter because I had the power of feathers and mind breaths on my side, and so the first pitch came, and I was really ready, but I swung the thing, this thing. I swung a thing like this, and it didn't quite do what I wanted. I swung and it hit a little piece of the wooden stick, and then well, we used aluminum because we weren't quite in touch with nature as we should have been. So we were using aluminum bats, so not quite like this, but similar shape. Anyway, then so when that first pitch came, I swung and it didn't quite go anywhere. It hit my bat, but it went the wrong direction, and no one really knows where it ended up. It was the ump just yelled foul ball. So luckily, I had another opportunity, and not that it really mattered if I didn't come through in this opportunity. That this is, a pointless game in the grand scheme of life on Earth. But I was there to have fun and practice my qigong method of breathing. So I took a second, practiced another breath, and then when the specialist came up, when the specialist he tried to throw another one by me, I didn't let him. I just said, "Oh, sorry, this one's going out the yard," and that's how you do a good home run. That's how I did it. It was pretty easy, all thanks to the qigong method of breathing and sponsored by birds. Yeah.